All right, greetings and salutations, students. Today is going to be a 10-minute AMRAP. So what's going to happen is you got these 4 sets here for 10 minutes, and each round is going to be 10 push-ups, 20 calf raises, 10 dips, and 20 single-legged squats, 10 on each foot. I will go ahead and demonstrate all of these for you, obviously. The biggest thing here is making sure that you're trying to be as consistent as possible. It's not a race. Try not to go too fast, because oftentimes if you go fast, you end up dying out at the end. And obviously you don't want to go so slow that when you're all done, you have a lot of energy left over. What the implementation or equipment we're going to use today is a chair. Hopefully you have something at home that you can go ahead and use to put your hands on for the push-up. Maybe you can use for the calf raises, and obviously something that if it accidentally gets kicked or bumped, or maybe even if it breaks for some whatever odd reason, you're not going to get in trouble with anybody at your household. So keep that in mind when you're using any equipment. But for the push-ups, I'm going to give you 2 options here. For many of you, it's just going to be standard push-ups. Keep your hands, body nice and straight, and just going down nice and close. Don't get too close so that you end up smacking your head against something, obviously. And if for some of you, like this is the push-ups have been relatively simple, then the more challenging one would be going ahead and putting your feet on the chair, keeping your body straight, and then again going down nice and slow, and then back up. Calf raises. Calf raises is a great one. Obviously, 1, because many of us don't work out our calves, and 2, as you are in class and you're kind of bored and need something to do, you can go ahead and put your hands on the chair, or even if you're whatever you have your laptop on, and just on your toes and bringing your toes up as high as you can, going down nice and slow. If you want to take a little break, then obviously have your heels touch the ground. But if you want to make it a little more challenging, all the way up and then not letting your heels touch the ground, and then right back up. I'll kind of move the chair a little bit so you can see my my feet on my shoes when we actually get to this. And then dips, as we've done many times before, hands on, whatever you're using, chair close to your feet are to, is going to be a little easier. And obviously the further apart they are is going to, from the chair, is going to be a little more challenging. And then single leg squats, this one's going to be pretty challenging, mainly because a lot of us don't do this very often, and we're using a lot of our body weight on one leg. So 2 options you're going to have is a standard, just 1 foot here, pushing off with your heel and standing up. Obviously I put my foot down because of my lack of balance. And if that becomes challenging, you can go ahead and put your 1 foot that is not using the squat or the stepping up, and press down with the heel to give you a little bit more support. It will be a little easier. You'll definitely be able to tell. And I'm going to do 5 single. I'm going to do 10 on each, but 5 with just my foot, and then 5 with support. So you can go ahead and see that in action. All right, so we rock and roll in here, and I'm going to just do 1 round. Like I said, you'll go ahead and put how many rounds you have completed after. So push-ups first. And I'm going to do 5 and 5 for the first round. And I should have a whiteboard marker here, but I don't. But you want to have paper and pencil with you. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, just make sure you're aware of your surroundings so you don't hit your head against the chair. And then 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, giving you options. That's all they are. So I'm doing right now. Then calf raises. I'm going to go a little bit more forward here so you can see my heels. And doing 20, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can notice, hopefully, that my heels are not touching to make this a little more challenging. I'm going to call it 8 right now because I lost track while I was talking. But as you get to maybe it's a little more challenging, you want to put your heels down for the last 10. 1, 2 allows your calves to rest a little bit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I'll scoot this back here for dips, and I'll keep my feet close for the first 5 and feet out for the second 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then feet out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on this one, again, it's going to be challenging. If you're not only, but if it's 3 and 3 on each is what you're able to do, and then that's your start. And if it's something you want to practice some more, you build up to 5 on each foot or 10 each foot. That's perfectly fine. So I'm going to do 5 on 1 foot here. So on my left foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for the second 5, I'm gonna put my heel in here. This gives me a little more support, so if my quad starts to get a little more challenging, a little more challenge. 1, it's gonna be much easier. You can probably tell when you're practicing or doing this exercise. That's 3, 4, and 5. And for the sake of the video, I'm gonna change this chair this way so you can see my other foot here. So foot down and up. 1, 2. And the good thing about this exercise here is you're gonna be able to see really quickly which foot or which quad or which leg has more balance or strength. More often than not, there's 5. Your dominant foot, the foot you kick with, is going to be the strongest and easier to manage. So just kind of, if you're wondering why you're feeling that way, that is likely why. There's 7, there's 8. Keep your shoulder blades back, chin forward. 9 and 10. And then that's 1 round. It's took about 3 minutes, so I'm likely going to be able to complete 3, maybe 4 rounds if possible, but again, that's where it's gonna go. And each round's gonna get a little bit slower. Try to minimize the breaks and try to, I'm gonna say 3. I'd say for most of you, shoot for 3 if you can. And if you don't, not the end of the world when you practice again, or if you're really determined to get 3 rounds in the 10 minutes, practice it maybe a week or 2 later and see how you go. All right, good luck, enjoy.